Get some time to get everybody settled in here. What's up? What's up? Welcome in, guys. Smash that like button as everybody starts to file in. We're going to do some crypto afternoon talking as we get into the weekend, talk about the markets, what to look for, how you guys are feeling, run through some cryptos out there. Hope you all are doing well. Let's talk some shop. As everyone gets in here, make sure you all smash that like button. Let's try to get as many people filed in before we start going. Let's get this comment box fired up. Whatever you guys want to talk about, feel free to drop them down below. Run through a whole list of things going on within the space. Make sure you guys all smash that like button. Like I said, if you're just getting into the chat, all you got to do is just double tap the screen. Show some love as we like to get over 50 people going before we start talking. We're starting to file in. Go over some of the movers on the day. Talk about some of the big headlines. As you guys are probably all on your break, waiting to get into the weekend, just kind of casually get into the markets. It's been pretty much a red day. We're seeing the list even get any deeper, right? Jonathan D. Welcome in, man. Boy, that's a big question. What's the best way to do and learn and trade and what to do? Well, not financial advice, but I'll give you kind of the nuts and bolts of it. The best thing you probably could do is do a Google search. Stay vigilant for scams. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And then you want to get hooked up with an exchange so you can onboard fiat. And then dive into some content where you can learn how to transact on a MetaMask, some decentralized wallets, whatever you prefer, and then go from there. But there's a lot of different ways to do it, my man. That's where... if you want to know more, please subscribe. That's where we talk crypto every day, and then that way you can kind of get the feel of it, start learning the trade, learning the industry. But that's a big open-ended question where I could answer that one 1,000 different ways, and unfortunately I don't have enough time. So just to single that one out. But yeah, those are like the first three things I would do if I was just getting into crypto, and then figure out something that works for you, your financial situation, and then go from there. But just try to learn, be a sponge, right? So appreciate you guys. We got the chat fired up. We got a lot of people in the house. Make sure you guys all hit that like button. That's what really gets this thing taken off in terms of YouTube metrics, where we get the analytics going. And the algorithm starts getting fired up so we can get as many people in the chat before we start running here with what I had to say, okay? We're going to be talking about some of the movers in the market. Like I said, it's a red day. Overall, though, it's been pretty much boring, okay? Crypto has been boring. Yeah, like Brian's talking about, we are on a dip. That's what we look into Shiba Inu. I just talked about it in a recent video. Welcome in. Thank you, Crypto Alliance. Awesome live streams. If you guys are into Twitter Spaces, go check out Crypto Alliance. A lot of cool stuff, talking crypto pretty much every night. They're late night within Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this is where we're going to get going, okay? This is something where we look at this day. It's been boring, right? Everybody's done waiting for the dips. They want to bust out. We want to start the bull cycle. I think what we're right now is not... sorry. Excuse me. I think right now what we're seeing, though, is a lot of hesitancy. There's a lot of hesitancy within the markets, a lot of skepticism as we await the Bitcoin halving. I think that's the number one key takeaway that we can see this very moment in time, what we have going on. I think everybody's just kind of timid. I think that's what we're seeing in the markets, why we're seeing pullbacks. I mean, you can go down the list. Some of the top movers on the day, some big numbers, right? Talking about that even further. For some reason, the crypto bubbles is not letting me see it. So let me go on CoinMarketCap real quick. But 60 people live in the chat. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below. Also, smash that like button, okay? We're going to be talking a lot of crypto here. We'll go over a lot of subjects, different movers. So please let me know your thoughts as quickly as you guys give it to me. I'm going to try to give it right back to you here on this live. Like I said, we need to get at least 50 likes though before this thing absolutely takes off. Right now, we only got 1 like. We got to do better than that. But this is where we're seeing, the market caps within crypto. Okay, like I said, we're basically down 1% as overall. But I'm going to try to show with you some of the movers, right? And then I'm going to get in some of the comments where you guys are talking about having your questions, so on and so forth. Okay. There we go. We got 2 in the house, 2 likes. We need to have all 50 people liking this video, though. It's what lets us keep talking about it. But let's go down some of the big numbers here. We're seeing some of the big things we want to talk about. I'm trying to find it day by day. I want to show you some of the lists in the top 100. Let me just do a quick Google search. Thank you guys for the love. Appreciate you. Yeah, Brian, I appreciate that. For those of you that are new to this format, it is kind of tough. There's 3 dots at the bottom right if you're on mobile, or you can just double tap the screen. That also works well, I think, as well, from what I've been told. Okay, but what we're seeing is within coin market cap is, let's look at some movers, right? So over the last 24 hours, it's been kind of rough and rocky. We've been red. I'm trying to find, okay, here we go. For some reason, it won't let me do it the way that I want to. Okay. So yeah, in the last 24 hours, we're seeing a lot of movers. In terms of green, very few far between. Okay, but dog with hat down 13.5%. Jupiter, a couple of the Solana chain kind of cryptos out there, they're going to be more volatile. I mean, dog with hat, for those of you in the memes, has been over $5 or $4, and now we're trading at about $3.32. Aptos is another one down 10%. That's one of my picks. I was buying Aptos kind of in a big bet, I guess you would call it that, where we look over the last year. Aptos was a little bit over $4. That was one of my picks for kind of having a big move, right? 16+% over the year. That's something that is notable, but Aptos is one of my big bets. I love their partnerships. That's just me. That's in my short list of 10 cryptos that I'm getting involved with. Other big movers on the day as we look into the red. Ethereum down. We're looking at Bonks 8%. We're looking at Sui 7%. Fetch AI almost 7%. Solana down 6.5%. Pepe 6+%. ICP 6%. Just naming some of the big ones out there. Yeah, Floki. Dogecoin's down 5%. We're going to talk some Floki here in a little bit. Chainlink 3%. And then for the most part, the rest of the market's been kind of flat. It is red, but it's still something. SHIB's down 3%. We can get into Cardano almost 3%, Hedera's almost 3%, XRP 2+%. So overall, it's been basically a red day. Pepe, yeah, that's something we're going to get into a little later. I want to get some things off my chest on that one. But as you guys are all getting in there, make sure you subscribe. Also, smash that like button. That's how we're going to get this chat continued to go for a long time. Hope you guys are doing well as we get into the weekend. Something where I just like to do this from time to time in the afternoon. See who wants to talk about crypto. Okay, but let's get into some of the talks. Akum Toshi, not sure what that is that you sent, but we're going to talk some Floki. They've done some crazy stuff. All right, they've done some crazy stuff within recent news. Most notably, you can see they were basically announced that Floki was. I'm trying to think what that news source was. So I want to look up the actual number. Yeah, so it was Binance Pay. That's a big one for Floki. So that's a huge mover, in my opinion. Not necessarily going to move the price, but they do a strong amount of work within marketing within that crypto. So Floki is one of the memes that definitely have my eyes on. I've been talking about it since the first pump that Floki had. So we talk about it from time to time. Try to do it as much as possible. Pepe Coin, that's a big one where we talk about Pepe, and my thing with Pepe is there's only so many of the whales in the meme coin space to go around. So Pepe will be up one day, Bonk coin will be up one day, and then we have Doge have their pump, Shib will have their pump, and it kind of just reciprocates itself. And it's just a reshuffling of the deck within the meme coins. That's just how I view it. And truthfully, when we talk about it a lot, you can see it. It's kind of funny how we talk about crypto here on the channel, and we cover all the cryptos that you guys know and love. But from time to time, it seems like they're never all hot at the same time. It's very, very rare. So that's just how I view it. I think that within Pepe, like Pepe will have a big pump, and then everything else that we talk about, they'll kind of sell off because a lot of people are just jumping crypto to crypto, and there's not enough of that adoption that we can really drive home multiple cryptos having success at the same time. We'll have green days if Bitcoin's up, but overall, it's just something how I feel about it. Where within the meme coins, that's kind of what seems to happen more so than not. Okay. Yeah, 6 billion for SHIB. Let's hit that. That'd be nice. So, anybody out there got anything they want to talk about? I wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what's going on within the Bitcoin halving, right? The big day. That's what we've all been talking about. Bitcoin halving for all accounts. I'm going to share with you kind of what's coming about and how this is historically, where some crazy numbers. If you want to see correlating numbers, we're talking like over 350K for Bitcoin. I've seen some really crazy historical forecasts. I'm going to stand back and watch. I don't really necessarily buy into that logic. Okay, but it's what to expect after the halving. Historically, we see about 2 corrections, 2 pullbacks. Excuse me, I got something stuck in my nose. It's itching. I apologize. But we see about 2 corrections before the Bitcoin halving, and that's kind of what we have historically to go off of. So, this is kind of the second one that we're seeing right now, and then boom, it seems to be, all set to take off, and that's kind of where, we've always said the bull cycle starts after the Bitcoin halving, but historically we do get 2 corrections before it actually does. So, welcome in, guys. As everybody's starting to trickle into the chat, make sure you guys all subscribe. Also, smash that like button. We talk crypto every day. If you can do that, it really helps get these YouTube shorts really fired up here on the channel. But it is hit or miss. Sometimes people are busy. It's Friday. Views are usually down on Fridays as well. But I appreciate you guys all stepping out. The other ones we want to talk about is Pepe coin. Do some research, guys, into the original Pepe coin. That's a big one for me. That's been something that we've talked about with other people in the space. If you go and search about it, there's an original Pepe coin that actually is kind of like a functioning crypto. It's not just a meme coin. It's kind of, I think, what the meme coin Pepe coin is a spin-off of. But I think what may happen is we may see the original Pepe coin have a little bit of a pump later on in its life cycle. So that's one to keep an eye on. Keep it on your watch list. But welcome in, guys. Make sure you all smash that like button as more and more people trickle in. If we can get 50 likes going, that would be awesome. It really helps drive this out in the algorithm. So whenever you guys get on these YouTube shorts, even if it's not with me, just help out all the creators by doing these lives. If you can, smash that like button. Okay. But that's going to be the big thing: is will the Bitcoin halving increase the price? That's something that I'm firmly, I think, more so interested in than actually seeing Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes bonkers and just explodes. But anything else you guys got on your mind? Questions, concerns? What's happening in the markets? XRP stablecoin, that's been a big news topic to talk about. That's been something where everybody's wondering if it's going to hurt XRP's price. I think that's something to be of note. Also, we've seen, for all you Cardano lovers out there, Cardano, something very important on the news front is United States, having actual states talking to Cardano about how they're doing their governance. That's a big, more bullish indicator in that regard. So outside of that, it has been a boring time in the crypto market. So I'm trying to keep this talk going Everybody wants to know when those pumps are coming. I don't have those crystal balls, guys. I really wish I did. I wouldn't be on YouTube. I tell you that. But no, it's all good. So for those of you that are still around, make sure you guys all smash that like button. If we can get 50 likes, that's kind of my threshold. We get 50 likes, this ends up being a pretty good live stream. But we got a lot of things happening in the crypto world today. I understand it's boring. It stinks. We all want to see those big green days where everybody's FOMOing into projects and everything's pretty much ripe for the taking. But, you know, it's been very kind of hit or miss this week. It was kind of a crappy week for me. In crypto, out of crypto. So we need to get into some better weather. That's for sure. But please feel free to drop it down below in the chat. Anything you guys want to talk about. We've seen some of the big talks about Coinbase. Will they start listing some of the base chain cryptos out there? That's another one that we should mention. Those will be huge catalysts. If you guys haven't checked out Brett Coin yet, make sure you guys all check out Brett. Brett on Base. If you're not transacting crypto on the base chain, that is going to be something where you definitely want to get out in front of that. As always, I'm not telling you to go buy Brett, but do your own research and due diligence on that. Athena, okay. Let me do a quick dive into that because I gotta apologize. I am not really the most versed in that one. I do not own it. Fully disclosure. That's something where we look into Athena, and they back Bitcoin, okay, for the USDE. It's an interesting project. Top 100, kind of sluggish as well. It's boring with its volume. Yeah, that's something where they want to make the internet bond. I don't really have much to talk about that one, truthfully. Arthur Hayes is involved. I know that. Some big stuff. It's definitely on that list where you can look into that range of crypto down there at the bottom of the top 100, the bottom half, if you will, where they definitely have some room to run. Athena, just under $1, all-time high. So basically around all-time highs, all-time. That's where there's really not too much risk reward. And worrying about that, I think, with Athena. I don't think it's really fully had its day, but you probably know a little bit more than I do on that. All I know is Arthur Hayes is involved within that one, and the internet bond and the whole Bitcoin backing. Those are kind of the only points about Athena that I know about. So that's kind of the issue we're having right now in the markets, is to keeping everything square, right? We have a lot of meme coins out there, a lot of just projects that are honestly so great projects, and you can't own them all. You can, but owning them with any kind of knowledge base and understanding what they're about, the list is just on and on and on. So you can't literally own every single crypto, and not every crypto is going to do well. That's the other thing of it. But welcome in, guys. If you have not yet subscribed, this is a great time to do so. As the chat kind of trickles out, I apologize for that. It's something where unless you get it going, people tend to leave these more often than not, because all they have to do is just swipe away on these YouTube shorts. But I do like to go live from time to time on them. So it is a good avenue just to connect, get some more back and forth going, talking crypto, right? So anything else you guys want to fire at me? Dogecoin will pump. Yeah, that's definitely one. I'm probably on an island with a couple other people thinking that Dogecoin can get to, that 40, 50 cents. A lot of people think it's going to go down even further. We're talking like 5 cents, 10 cents. Me personally, I just told you, I'm a little bit more bullish on Dogecoin. Looking at some of the numbers, the inflows, there's some big bets on Doge. So that's a crypto that we cover every day on the channel. Something very, very, I think, relevant within the crypto world right now is everybody should, for that sake of the argument, have some Dogecoin in their mix for sure. But as always, not financial advice. Ondo. Do you actually own Ondo? Or are you looking to get in Ondo? That's, I mean, I know they deal with tokenization. That's kind of one of the niches that I've focused in. That AI, gaming, those three areas of crypto, very strong feelings about those areas as we look into the bull cycle. I think those are the areas that, if you want to diversify, obviously not financial advice, but you should have some exposure to all three of those areas within tokenization, gaming, and AI. That's just my 2 cents. But appreciate you. First time seeing your name. Is it Jethan? I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably wrong. I apologize. Everybody screws up my name too. But yeah. So for those of you that haven't checked out the videos today, also I think I have a Dogecoin and Cardano video up live going on the channel. Yeah, so the interesting thing with AI crypto right now is what we have going on with the whole fetch AI thing, right? So, you can go do a quick coin market cap, dive into categories, then you can go into AI, and that's where you see, fetch AI. That's been the number one, okay? We all know that. And what they do is very kind of important because this is what's going down, okay? We can look in the ranking within market cap, and fetch AI is very dominating that space. And more so, you have to understand that they're doing that merger, okay? That merger that's going down within fetch, with Ocean Protocol, within Singularity Net, and they're forming an ASI. So ASI is going to be that hot crypto, I think, when that launches. And fetch, I think I've talked to you guys about that before. They seem to be a 1-to-1 ratio, I think, when that all merger goes down. And that is going to be a very, very, I think, highly covered, highly sought out after topic once we hit that point in time when that merger goes down, okay? That's just kind of how I view it. Fetch, I've covered them in the past. Huge within AI. So the thing about AI crypto, though, is nobody really understands what's going down with AI, okay? And it's so young right now. It's so young. And we talk about some of the ones like Near and, even cryptos that don't deal with AI. They use AI. Fetch is number one, I think, in my book. But we also have, stuff like Render, the Graph, things that necessarily don't use, as a mainstay, but they have involvement with it. And that's kind of the big thing, is you're seeing this with every Fortune 500 company. Everybody's using AI in some form or fashion, right? It's the new wave, right? It's the new .com era. It's the new threat to the way we're doing things now. And AI in terms of crypto, it could just be some little niche that people want a piece of, and that's where you see little meme coins, little small cap projects using AI technology to try to build something, to build a project, right? And that's kind of where you can really get some headway if you want to get into AI crypto, is looking at some startups, right? Some startups, we talk about them from time to time. Some of our channel sponsors heavily involved with AI that we do run past you guys. But yeah, it's been kind of a good run within investing in AI crypto for me a little bit. But None of them really work, but they do have that FOMO, right? They're like that. Everybody wants that one that's going to win, and there's a lot of swings and misses. But if you have the right strategies, every crypto can be profitable as long as it's a legit project, even for a short margin. Works? No, man. I got nothing on that one. Never heard of it. I think I have heard of it, but I don't have any. I don't own any. No. But welcome in, guys. We got a lot of people rocking with us right now. Kind of fired back up. Make sure you guys all smash that like button and subscribe. Getting into the chat. Drop it down below what you guys want to talk about. We've kind of done the rundown. We've went over what's happening in the market, what big news headlines we're going to be looking into in the next couple weeks as we approach the Bitcoin halving. But we got a lot of people trickling in, so I appreciate you guys. I know it's almost a weekend, so just hold on a little bit longer. A couple more hours. I think everybody's going to be in the clear. And then we can kick off kind of some fun times. And I think, we might see some action. I think that's what we're looking at. I'm in the States, brother. So welcome in, guys. Make sure you all smash that like button as you guys trickle in. About 5 years, my man. 5 years. Yeah, so a lot of learning. Actually, a little bit longer than 5 years. I apologize, but yeah. Well, technically, actually, I did accidentally buy Bitcoin back in 2009. But unfortunately, it was something where I actually bought it. I didn't buy it. I was given it, and then I used it to transact way back when, just because you had a 15% discount. So that's kind of my claim to fame when I do those calculations and see how much that Bitcoin would be worth in today's world. But it's what keeps us coming back for more. But yeah, it's been a fun ride for sure. But yeah, so you guys that are in the chat right now, are any of you guys using Base Chain? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say about that one. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys are. That's going to be a hot one. I wish that it got more traffic because I'd love to talk about it more on YouTube. Yeah, there he is. There's the mouse. Welcome. Appreciate you. Thank you. But unfortunately, these shorts can fizzle out. You get people trickling in, and people get notified. But best project to invest in Cardano. Well, that's a tough one. Okay, that's a tough one because the best project that you can invest on Cardano, in my opinion, is Cardano. Unfortunately, the best projects on Cardano haven't really been doing good despite them being the best. So technically, any of them are good ideas in terms of having value, in a value perspective. But projects building on Cardano, obviously we can look in some of the memes. You look at Snack. You can go on about, some of the dApps. We could talk into, Indigo, a lot of those other ones that we have talked about within smart contracts. The list is very vast, but nobody's going to get their time with those. I'm just being honest with you, my man. Like, as good of projects as they can be, it's so early where those will be such long-term holds in terms of adoption. Until Cardano gets over a certain amount, and really starts getting some momentum, nobody's really going to care about the Cardano projects. That's just my take. No matter how good, how bad they are, for better or for worse, they just won't care. There's no mainstream demand for dApps on Cardano, and despite having over almost 1,000 projects, it's just above 1,000, I should say. It's just not there. So it's crazy. I actually, from time to time, I have Cardano projects. They message me. They want me to cover them, and their marketing budgets aren't, as robust as Ethereum, as some of the other chains, and that's probably the number one issue. They're not spending it. They're not bringing anything in, so they can't spend it, which means they can't grow their user base. And it stinks because there's a lot of great projects out there. Excuse me. Have I done Every? No, not yet, Amir. Sorry, I'm not into that one. But yeah, back to your Cardano thing. That is where you look into, Indigo. Indigo's one that I've covered from time to time, but they're all seeing probably the most demand, I think, out of the Cardano projects. But it's just not. You can look at Indy, pull up their chart, and it's kind of just following suit, man. It's kind of stinks. But that Indigo protocol, it's decent. It's up 8% almost today. That's something where you look at some value in that. But unfortunately, it's just not one where it's not like everybody's first choice in what they want to get into. So it's kind of tough tying up your capital in the Cardano projects when you can be, getting into meme coins and seeing more robust growth in just a day or a week. Truthfully, a couple hours sometimes. Do I do crypto airdrops? In what fashion? I have had crypto airdrop to me, yes. But I don't participate in farming. No, not really into that. I've owned cryptos that deal with it, but no, I've never done I've never really went down that passive income route. Farming, the mining crypto, there's actually a very a project actually reached out for coverage. They want me to talk about them and share with you guys what they're doing from a Bitcoin mining standpoint. So I'm kind of excited to start talking about them. That video should be coming in the next week or two. So make sure you guys have your notification bell on, because it's a very good idea for a project. All projects can either do good or bad, but it's kind of exciting. I might actually get into this pre-sale because it's a way to Bitcoin mine without having any of the overhead and the worry. So that's something that kind of interests me, to be honest. So, but no, my man, no, Amir, I've never done actual crypto airdrop farming. None of that. Different kind of stuff that I'm into. But I'm open to talking about it. If it can make me money, I'll talk about it for sure. Passive income in crypto is something where I think people overlook a lot. That's just my personal opinion. As long as everything's pretty much stable, you can make some really nice passive income. Or if it's going up, you can grow with it, WMT. I'm going to take a dive into that. World Mobile Token. Now, that's something... Is that the one you're talking about? World Mobile Token? Karmatron, is that what you're referring to? The World Mobile Token? Gotcha. Yeah, that's I'm guessing that's built on Cardano as well. I see there's a lot of Cardano people that are involved with it. Cardano is actually trending on Twitter, or X, for those of you that are curious what that's about. Yeah, World Mobile Token, that seems to be a very good idea for a project. It'd be interesting to see how they do. Nodes seem to be the future. There's a lot of people getting into nodes, building nodes, becoming operators. Yeah, with the amount of people that use their I was just reading up a little bit about it. With the amount of people that are using their phones, it definitely seems to be a good idea. Yeah. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. I'm gonna look into that actually, do some diving because it seems to be a very good project. And that's the thing. I'd love to cover some of these. I'd love to cover more and more Cardano projects on the channel, like just some, not just ADA. But unfortunately, a couple of reasons why we don't is the marketing just absolutely stinks for Cardano. You're either in or you're out, and they don't care about anybody else. So they don't really do much on in terms of trying to convince people to get on board. Yeah, that could be a good partnership for sure. We've been going 35 minutes, guys. Appreciate you all rock with me. For those of you that have not subscribed, perfect time to do so. We got more people trickling into the chat, but nothing really earth-shattering going on. It's been a boring trend within crypto. That's why I kind of just like talking about some different things, going down some different roads from time to time, going into your guys' picks, getting a more like exclusive one-to-one kind of conversation going on. I want to fire up something in terms of, getting getting the community kind of fired up by having getting the Discord where we can have one-on-one discussions, kind of tailor some of those packages around access and what you guys are doing. But those will be coming very, very quickly. Just trying to work on some finer details within that. But that's way, I like Karmatron with, just throwing out those names. A lot of people here in the chat don't know anything about Cardano projects. And you do. And it's a good way to just share that knowledge by having these chats and these live streams. So really want to get into some members only live streams, having the ability to set up like a one-on-one conference call kind of deal from time to time. Just real briefly, that's one of the perks and features I'm looking to activate, kind of separate myself when I do fire up that Patreon and Discord where we can just have more exclusive access to kind of just, I think people drop the ball within the coaching side of that. They don't really utilize what possibilities you could be doing. So I'm going to try to get creative with it a little bit and see if I can have some ground to stand on. But welcome in, guys. Appreciate you all rock with me. We've had this live stream going for 40 minutes. It's been crazy. So make sure you guys all smash that like button. If you're new to the chat, welcome in, and make sure you guys all subscribe if you want more of my longer form content. Check it out on the channel. Appreciate you guys. And hopefully everybody's getting ready to punch out and start that weekend, right? Start that weekend. I did some money with ETH on the 2021 bull run. After that, I decided to invest in Cardano. I feel more secure now and love the staking. Yeah, so I'm kicking myself on that. I have about $40,000 in Cardano that I bought on one of my cold wallets, and I never really, when I bought that, it was so long ago, the staking within the ledger was just so, it was just so in its infancy that I just, they didn't even really support Cardano at that time. I had to go side strap it. So full disclosure, I've been holding a boatload of Cardano since a long time ago. And once I started staking it, I never started staking it back when I first bought it because that wasn't like the big thing to do. It was just coming into, like, staking rewards were just becoming mainstream, and it wasn't supported everywhere. And crypto got crazy, then it crashed, and then we went through the bear market. And I just totally forgot to stake it. So that's been my big screw up that I've had in my crypto trading. But welcome in, guys. We got a ton of people in this chat, live almost 40 minutes. Really appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below, and please smash that like button. I don't know if you guys on your end, if it's a computer, you got to hit those three white dots. If you got to double tap the screen, but that's how we get things going on. Master Chief, crypto, question mark? Yeah, man, we've been talking crypto almost an hour now. Welcome in. The Fufu token. No, my man. There is millions of tokens. I actually have to, at Fufu token. I'll look it up though. Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, I don't know anything about that one. I mean, did it just launch? Is this something you're shilling, or did you buy it? Yeah, Bitcoin ordinals. That's been something. Are you talking about where do you see where do I see? Okay, so where do I see in terms of price projection? Okay. Yeah, Bitcoin ordinals, man, that's been a very hot kind of I think it's kind of like, if you want to get in you're talking about the Bitcoin NFTs basically, right? Like how you mint Satoshis. Like the original ones. Yeah, I really do like I'm not a big NFT guy, full disclosure. I do own a handful, but within the ordinals, I thought that was a really cool idea to try to make, yeah. Okay, yeah, Sats, gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm really bullish on that when I first heard about what they were doing. But full disclosure, I do not own any of those. But it is a very, very interesting concept. I think that's where, Bitcoin's always been that you're either a Bitcoin maxi or you're not, right? So when they came out with the ordinals, that was kind of an awesome way to attract new users that maybe want something other than just like boring, I own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only currency on the world kind of deal. So that's just my 2 cents about it. Appreciate the shout. Yeah, Master Chief, not familiar with Fufu. A lot of my friends are trying to promote stuff too. There's a lot of cryptos out there, my man. But yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of been a boring day within crypto. It's basically red. We're kicking off the weekend. It's kind of coinciding how we've seen traditionally that second correction before the Bitcoin halving. That's kind of been what's going on. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. For sure. Filecoin. Now, that's a good one. That is a good one that it's not sexy, but from a technology standpoint, I do like Filecoin. They're pretty much one of the only ones that gets into the data storage side of crypto. And it's something very, very novel in a way where, it's boring, though. That's the only thing I can tell you. It's boring. Where it's at right now, how high can it go? How high do you want Filecoin to go? That's another thing. That's kind of how I look at it. If you look at all-time highs, you can see, $70, $80. Everything in crypto is basically 10x away from all-time highs, with the exception of some of the ones that weren't around for the bear market. So what do I think of runes? Yeah, I'm going to look into that one. Guys, welcome in. We only have 9 thumbs out. Excuse me. Too much coffee today. We only have 9 thumbs up. I'd like to get all 50 people live in here in the chat. Let's get 50 thumbs up into this live stream. Try to keep it going. That's the best way that we can tell YouTube that we are live, is by hitting that like button. It really does help these videos, and helps me keep talking too. More content, more talking. Yeah, I'll get into runes. I'll do a quick search into that. But first, I do want to follow up within Bitcoin token ecosystem. I don't see it versus not see it. I'm kind of indifferent on that. I think that what makes Bitcoin great keeps it separate from all of that. So yes, I could see it flourishing, but I don't really want it to. I'm just being honest. I don't want it to. I just want Bitcoin to reach 500K and I'm good. I don't need to worry about all that stuff. I do think ordinals are a very fascinating route, you know, with having sats and all that good stuff. But yeah, in the Bitcoin layer twos, though, I do believe in those being huge. And it's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing. I think it's going to have a little bit of a widespread, you know, take and adoption. I just don't know, quite frankly. I just don't know, quite frankly, if it's going to have that retail kind of demand, if you will. That's just kind of how I look at it. But appreciate the hearts, everybody throwing those ones up there. If you guys are still in the chat, we got to get 50 thumbs up. The best way to do that is hitting those red dots, or I'm sorry, the white dots at the bottom of your screen and hitting that like button. That's the best thing you guys can do for when creators here on YouTube make these live streams. But then obviously I said that and we had about 10 people just drop out of the chat. So must be something I said. But yeah, so Filecoin, worth it to hold. Well, technically everything's worth it to hold if it's going to go up. I can't tell you one thing or another against that. I don't have that crystal ball. Can't give you financial advice either. But within Filecoin, you know, I'll tell you, when I look at it, I talked about it in recent videos. You know, we're looking at a crypto that at one point was almost darn near $200. So that's kind of how I view it. Where we're at right now at $8, that paves the way for about a 20 plus X. So if anything can do a 20 plus X, it's worth an investment for me. That's just kind of how I view it. So, but to be fair, Filecoin data storage, it's not sexy. Nobody, truthfully, I think outside of the holders, really has a aspiration. But a lot of the cryptos that do well, nobody talks about until they're actually doing well, and then people start learning about them. So that's the other side of that argument. 1,000 investment in Sats ordinals right now in this market would be worth 50K USD. When would you have obtained that? That's kind of the question, and feel free to drop a little bit of I don't know if you guys, yeah, when it was minting, yeah, feel free to send me a link on that if you guys if you have any Hashim, if you have any pertinent resources. I want to do some more digging into that because I have heard about that. It just hasn't really garnered that attention. All right, so now we got some content flowing or comments flowing. Welcome in, guys. I see a lot of comments. I'm trying to get into this as deep as I can. Make sure you guys all subscribe down below and smash that like button. We want to see all these thumbs up. We haven't had any more thumbs up. We got 9 thumbs. We got to get close to 50 thumbs for this live to actually have some success. I love the hundreds. I love the hearts, but you have to find out with these shorts how to actually like a short on your mobile device. I think you have to hit those 3 white dots. There we go. We got 10 in the house. All right, here we go. High and lost. I can't wait to hear this one. It's probably something. It's probably a dig. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, so I'm gonna lot of comments flowing in here. Welcome in, guys. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate if you guys all subscribe. It really helps out. What meme coins should you invest in? Well, a little bit of a glitch there. Are we back? Are we back live? Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. What meme coins you should invest in? Well, you know, the big ones, you can kind of separate it into categories, and I don't know what you're trying to get into. I can't really tell you which ones to buy either, but my philosophy with meme coins is I look at them with the exception of some of the big ones like Dogecoin, SHIB, Pepe. You know, my number one buy right now for me in my personal investment strategy has been Brett coin on Base. Do some digging into Brett. Learn how to transact on Base. That's going to be kind of the next wave that you want to make sure that you get ahead of the script, because right now a lot of people don't do that, and that's something where we're starting to see these, you know. And then once it gets listed on Coinbase, that's a big one. But I got Brett at a $350,000-$400,000 market cap, and it's trying to get over $1 billion, and that's kind of a hold for me. So that's kind of one I want to talk about. That's my meme coin that I'm kind of heavily in. But with meme coins, outside, like I was saying, with outside of the Doge coins, the Shibs of the world, the Pepes, the big, you know, big ones, large caps, if you want to call them that for memes. I have a different strategy than most. I try to just 2, 3, 4, 5x, get my initial out, plus a little bit more, win the trade, funnel it back into blue chips, and just rinse, wash, repeat, and just keep doing it. If you're holding a meme coin for over a week, you're on borrowed time 99% of the time. But not financial advice. We got Zach Humphreys in the building. No, I do not mind anything. But like I said, I was talking about some cryptos that I'm thinking about getting into that they take all the guesswork out for you. They do the mining, they do the infrastructure, and it's just kind of turnkey where you invest in their coin and they do all the legwork for you, and the returns you see are similar to what you see if you were to actually mine it yourself. That's kind of something that really attracted me, you know, kind of take out the overhead in that equation. But I think I'm going to wrap this one up. We were going about 50 minutes. Appreciate you guys all being in the chat. For those of you that have not yet subscribed, please subscribe on your way out. And check out my long-form content videos, if you can, on the channel. Crypto every single day. Hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you guys on the next live. Cheers.